Hey everyone, Dr. Karen here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. I don't know about you, but last night was an intense night for me. Wow. I started off with a little headache here, and I've had headaches here before, and I used to call them Mother Earth headaches because I'd be empathizing or not really empathizing, that's emotional, but more like energetically empathizing with Mother Earth and whatever the Ascension was going on. And I would get such intense pain in my head, and it wouldn't happen that often, but it would happen to the point where I really couldn't do anything. Like I was out for the count, had to sleep it off, you know. Now, last night's headache was one of the few that were like this. So it actually, you know, a little bit before going to bed, but I was able to fall asleep, and then I woke up with a really, really intense headache. And as expected, it was during an Ascension upgrade. So during an Ascension upgrade, and I was like, whoa, you know, I don't have a lot of migraines. I used to when I drank coffee and worked at UCLA and, you know, ate Boost because I was like too busy to eat, and anyway, not the greatest lifestyle. But I don't really have migraines or headaches regularly at all. And I know it's Ascension related for me. So in case you had headaches yesterday, it probably was related. So here I am, you know, half asleep, but really like the pain woke me up. And it was kind of pain here and then kind of inside my head and then on the neck a little bit. Definitely very uncomfortable. So I'm like, okay, well, I can do some stillness, I can do some muscle testing, and that's the really cool thing, you know, when you know Autoimmune Healing, is that when you can just go to stillness and then get your muscle testing on within just a few seconds of waking up, it's pretty cool when you can do that. So here I am in bed, you know, and it's so funny because I used to have a lot of trouble testing when I was lying, you know, horizontal because I wasn't as grounded, but I can command, you know, to be fully connected to divine truth and then go into that stillness, and that really helps a lot. So here I am testing in the middle of the night. I don't even know what time it was. I don't know, my clock doesn't show what time it is on purpose. So I'm testing, and it was really interesting because what I got was that the pineal gland for myself was not fully integrating the Ascension. I mean, it wasn't fully integrating the new Ascension energies. But what was fascinating is that the rest of me was. So you can have a part of you, just a part of you, not fully, it was grounding. That's what it was. Grounding the Ascension energy. So there's a couple of different things that we can test with Autoimmune Healing when we have an Ascension upgrade and we feel a little off. We can check whether the Ascension energies are grounding fully, whether they are being fully integrated, and then whether they're being fully processed. So process is kind of a general term to mean are they getting distributed to the places they need to? Is it balanced in all the different bodies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, dimensional, that kind of thing. So we can test those kinds of things. So for me, I quickly tested that my pineal gland was the only part of me that was not grounding the Ascension very well. In fact, it was doing a terrible job. So, and for every organ, gland, and cell in your body, you have an energetic blueprint or pattern for that. So you have like an energetic liver, you have an energetic gallbladder. So even if you've had your gallbladder taken out, you still have an energetic gallbladder. Well, my energetic pineal gland was like yay big. I mean, it was humongous. And I thought that was for the highest good. Now, sometimes if it's not for the highest greatest good, for the energy blueprint to be so big, what we do is we kind of, you know, concentrate it back into kind of a normal size, and then, you know, drain off some of that excess energy to be stored in the dantian, for example, which is underneath your belly button, where we store chi and energy. But in this case, it said it was for the highest good. So here I am, you know, lying in bed, and I'm going like this with my thumb, you know, pushing on this nerve right here. This is actually bladder 2, the acupuncture point. And I actually had patches on already, but in the past, when I've done this, aside from, you know, not being fully hydrated when I'm sleeping, I have found that the patches weren't going to help this kind of headache. Like this is a spiritual headache. So here I am pressing this nerve right here, with my thumb and just going into stillness. I'm pressing it, going to stillness and feeling it, feeling it. And then as I'm doing clearing and I'm testing, I'm clearing, and more, not so much clearing, but grounding in this case, grounding. And then what else did I do? I said to myself, I'm going to remember this when I wake up tomorrow. So it was grounding. Oh yeah, realigning, doing realignments. Just check, what part of me, need to be realigned. And then what I've noticed lately too is that our alternate selves, that many of us sensitive souls are healing multiple timelines simultaneously, that our alternate selves, if they have similar issues, whether it be autoimmunity or migraines or whatever it is, allergies, intolerances, you can actually be dealing with them in this timeline as well. And guess what, if they go through Ascension upgrade, I don't even know how this stuff works. It just, I'm just relaying the message. So if they have Ascension upgrades that they're not integrating and grounding well, it's possible that you could feel that too. So when you're going ahead and doing your Autoimmune Healing directives, and asking and directing the energies to be fully grounded in all parts of you, you want to include all your timelines as well in that directive, so that you kind of cover your bases. So just as an FYI, in the future, if you do, have a weird headache, you don't have a reason for it, check how well am I grounding, integrating, processing the latest Ascension energies. Usually we can get a feel for when the latest upgrade occurs, and you can really we even test a time. I didn't even bother testing a time yesterday, but I could have, tested a time like when it started, when it ended, the Ascension upgrades. But just know that can happen, and definitely when you do your Autoimmune Healing, directives, to go ahead and ground all of that in all your timelines. Right? And the big, the learning for this week is that there can be, most of you is grounding it well, except for one part of you. So in my case, it was the pineal gland that was not fully grounding. So that was something that I wanted to share with you. So hopefully you feel better. I definitely felt a lot better. It took about 10 minutes, which is really fast for me, for this type of headache. Like I said, normally I have to, sleep it off, but it was so painful it woke me up from sleep. So you can imagine how painful it was. But once I started, working with the pineal gland and grounding it, I could just start to feel it fade. And I was like, thank you. And of course I did use my tools this morning to, because I had, client sessions and interviews and stuff today, so I wanted to be on, right? So I did use some extra tools today. I used the LifeWave patches, and I put a set of energy enhancer patches on, as well as a set of Ice Wave patches. And then what else did I have? Carnosine, David Schmidt, who invents the patches. I was on a webinar the other day with him, and he was sharing with us his protocol, and he uses carnosine during the day because he says it's really great for like muscle building and athletes and things like that. So I thought, I'll try that as well. And I think I had Eon on as well. Anyway, so I was covered. So I thought I was going to maybe take a nap because I had like a gap between people today. But I didn't. I just kept working through it because I didn't feel like I needed one. And then I just skated, and I had skating lessons tonight in the evening, and it went very well. So I was very happy about that. Yay. Okay, so that's the big news for this week. A couple of announcements. So Monday, there is no radio show on Monday the 14th because I am launching my Autoimmune Healing Secrets for Sensitive Souls on Monday with From Heartache to Joy. We're going to start at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So you can check timeanddate.com just to see what time it is in your time zone. But if you have registered for that, you will get the email alerts of how to join, the links, the phone numbers, that kind of thing. It's going to be a free interview about the Autoimmune Healing Secrets. We're going to be talking about a couple of different things. One is like how to check in with your immune system. It's super, super simple, and it's amazing that we weren't taught how to do this kind of stuff. So you can really check in very, very quickly how well your immune system's doing. And here are the stats. This is really actually kind of freaky in a way. So I was talking to Source about like the From Heartache to Joy community, which is a very large community of, light workers and light warriors, wonderful, wonderful community. And I asked Source, like, what percentage of that community has some sort of autoimmunity, where your body's immune system is fighting itself, like fighting another, part of you, a cell, or, making antibodies to your own tissues. And it was about 60%. And so I was like, whoa, okay. And we're not even talking about allergies or intolerances, which is, we're going to include that in the package as well in the launch. But 60%, 60% of us sensitive souls, and 95% of people from Heartache to Joy are what we call sensitive souls, or earth angels, indigos, star seeds, empaths. And 60% actually have some form of autoimmunity. And so I asked Source, so what percent don't know that they have autoimmunity? And that's 30%. Yeah, a lot. So about 30% of people in this beautiful group don't even know that they have autoimmunity. And you can do this immune checkup really, really quickly. So I'm going to teach you how to, how we do the countdown healing. We're going to actually demonstrate that, how to do the autoimmunity scoring. A super, super fast way to do healing, and let kind of like the God team, like your guides, like kind of do the healing for you. And you just, you just count like what is left to heal. It's really kind of fun, and I think it works great. It worked great for me, and it works great for a bunch of people. So I want to share that with you. And then of course, keeping tabs on that immune system, how you test that. So we're actually going to be starting with mini healing. So please, if you're coming, come at 12:30, so that you can, receive. So we're going to do some mini healings, mini readings live at 12:30, for about half an hour or so. Then Erin and I are doing our interview, and then there's going to be a group process where I'm going to be putting you in a particular state of being, and then we're going to be going and doing some clearing during that group process. So I really hope you join me, and if you haven't signed up for it, you can sign up at FHT Joy. So that stands for From Heartache to Joy, but FHTjoy.com and / Karen 19. So we're into series 19 now, From Heartache to Joy, which is really amazing, that we're in year 19, well, not year 19, but series 19. It's so cool. So I'm so happy to be part of that telesummit. I'm so excited to release the brand new, so these are going to be live classes, and with healing and classes for the Autoimmune Healing Secrets for Sensitive Souls, and it's going to be for people. It's called the Feel Fantastic Formula. How do you like that? 3 F's. Feel Fantastic Formula for people with autoimmunity, allergies, intolerances, and multiple chemical sensitivities. So if that's you, or if you think it might be you, if you're sensitive to like foods or, smells, certain materials, if you have reactions to things, you have indigestion, arthritis, pain, even depression, can be part of autoimmunity, allergies, or intolerances. It's actually really amazing how many symptoms, even sleep issues, can be related. So I'd love to have you there live on the call and receive, a mini healing or mini reading from me, and then learn from the interview. And just as a heads up to my group, we will, if we get the web link early, I can't promise you, they're still working on it, but if we get the web link early, I'm just gonna let you know, I'm actually launching 4 different packages this time. There's going to be a package A, which is the live healing group classes, and there's going to be And by the way, there is going to be an MP3 that goes with that called the allergy, sorry, I don't have it in front of me. It's called the Autoimmune Allergy Rescue Formula. So it's an MP3 that you can use as needed, like even before you go to the restaurant or, before you go meet people, if you're sensitive in crowds, things like that, to just, kind of dial down your sensitivity. And then there's going to be a package B, which is going to include a 25-minute laser focused healing and assessment from me. We're going to do autoimmune assessments, allergy assessments, things like that. And then package C is going to include a 50-minute session with me. And then the super special one is going to be a VIP package. I kind of hummed and hawed whether I was going to actually agree to do this one, but I did say yes. So what that is actually going to be including is 5 50-minute sessions with me. And so it's very limited, the number of people that, are going to be able to get in on that one. I think it's 15 people, something like that. Anyway, and I'm actually going to be including the Topocan Level 1 training, which I am, launching separately later this month for $1,999. So we're actually going to include that in that VIP, but it's very limited. So it's just 15 people for that one. And then I think package B and C are like 40 people, something like that. Because again, the ones with sessions are, going to be booked really quickly, and I've saved some time for that in my schedule, but that's going to book really quickly. So we have to limit those. Package A, much more availability. There's 100 of those, before the price goes up. So just a heads up, I may be able to, in our private Facebook group or on email, I may be able to give you that link early in case you're interested and you're like, yes, I have autoimmunity, I have allergies, I really want this now, I want to get in on the best price, and I want to be that one in the 40, in the 40 people that have package C, or one of the 15 people that have the VIP. So just to let you know, we will try to do, I can't promise you, because usually they let me, send the link to you guys privately first before it gets opened up to the rest of, From Heartache to Joy, whatever that is, 60,000 people community. So super excited. I do want to admit there's a lot of stuff going on this month. You probably got, if you're on my email list, you probably already know that another Telesummit I'll be on in April, but it's starting now that you can be a part of and listen in. The Elevated Existence Telesummit is going on. We have like a Mindful Parenting Summit going on that we just sent some emails out to some folks about that. In fact, Saturday, LifeWave is going to Austria to launch the X39 officially. That's the patch. That's a stem cell phototherapy patch. And I've been doing some trainings on that with David. They cannot release the actual science or data until after that launch. So I might be talking about that in the next few weeks to come. Pretty interesting stuff. David revealed to us, he was so excited to share with us some of the results of the studies that they've done. And in one particular study, the appearance of the age of the vascular system, your cardiovascular system, the arteries, how flexible they are, they have this fancy machine that they do this testing. But after 6 weeks of using the X39, the appearance of the age of the arteries reversed 2 years. So after 6 weeks, your arteries seem 2 years younger. That's pretty awesome to me. And I know this personally because I was trying it out for pain and things like that, but a lot of my pain is like weird stuff, right? Like this pineal gland stuff. And so it wasn't really working for pain for me. But I did notice my eyes changing a little bit. But what I did notice the other day suddenly was I have a scar that I haven't really paid attention to, but in the past, when I'd feel it with my finger, it was like kind of thick. It's from surgery that I had like eons ago. It'd be kind of thick and ropey, and it just was what it was, right? So I didn't really notice, like I don't really feel the scar very often. But the other day I happened to be feeling around the area and feeling the scar, and I noticed that I could barely see the scar, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. So I started like feeling and rubbing in the area and realized that it had detached from the tight area. Like it was kind of, like squished down for so many decades. Because I had the surgery like a long time ago. and it's like free. The scar is free. And I was like, that is so cool. Like I didn't even notice because I wasn't really looking at the results from scars, you know, because I don't like feel my scars all the time. But just the other day I noticed it and I was super, super excited. So we know that with continued use for the stem cell phototherapy patch that people get better results, and even better results if you're over age 70, which is totally cool. Yeah, it is very exciting. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. I just want to say hi to everybody that's on. I'm doing this Facebook Live. So there's Marsha and Roseanne and David and Anna and Shonda, Arjun, hi, and Tara. Hi, guys. Okay, so that's the exciting news for this week. So remember, ground and integrate the Ascension energies for all parts of you and all timelines where you exist. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye for now.